Hi everyone, Dr. Samantha Cotrera here for the Imagining a New We video blog. I am just doing a series of short videos for the next 2 weeks introducing different activities and assignments that you can do in your classroom to bring in the ideas of digital pedagogy to teaching and learning history. And while the instructor's guide that I'm drawing this from was written primarily for college and university instructors, these activities and assignments will work great for middle school and high school students as well. And just to be clear, you don't need to know a lot of fancy tools and technologies to engage in digital humanities. It's just being more thoughtful in what we have available in terms of digital tools and technologies, but also historical digital objects that we can now do analysis through and with, that makes the digital humanities more than just like using these tools as a means to an end. Like, digital humanities allows us to be like the end. So this is a series of 3 to 5 minute short videos introducing these activity guides, but you can check out the ebook without my narration to see how they can work in your classroom as well. Let me know if you use them. I can't wait. I'm particularly excited, and today we're going to be talking about
metadata creation and archival description. I know that they are the most exciting words that you have heard all day, but bear with me. And bear with me because they are the most exciting words you've heard today. But before I explain what metadata is and why you should care, let me just remind you that this assignment guide can be found along with the 9 other assignment guides in this open educational resource, this ebook on digital humanities and social sciences for your classroom, where we talk both about the theory, practice, and then have these assignment guides. They're not lesson plans. They're kind of a narration and a description of some ideas you can bring into your classrooms. So metadata is data about data. The location, date, format, time of a source. So when I say data here, the data about this data, I mean like online photographs, online documents. How would you be able to find this ebook, for example, if I didn't provide you the link? Whatever terms that are associated with this ebook are its metadata. Now, this might not seem like something that is interesting for your students to do or could replace a short essay, but it's actually a rich critical and analytical task for students to think about what are the words and concepts that make up our digital world. Because before I go into the summary, I'm going to use this example. If we take all these photographs on our phones, how are we going to find them again? Sure, we might know location, we might know the time, but it could be very labor intensive. So instead, if we are ascribing metadata to it, tags, keywords, we can find it again. So why is this a critical analytical task? Because if I only say, for example, that there are yellow, red, and blue books in this photograph, and I need a photograph of an orange book, just as an example, I might never find it if I type in the word orange. So it's important that we are sure, providing keywords that are accurate, but what is accurate? How could your metadata be different if, for example, you were engaged in Marxist theory, or you are a sociologist with a critical race theory background? Would you come up with the same metadata as an archivist or a historian or a political science? Which is more correct? Well, correct is kind of relative here, and that's why this is such an exciting activity to do with your students, because they can really think about the creation of knowledge. So we're using Wendy's work as an example of metadata creation, and she looked at this particular photograph. This photograph wasn't originally labeled with the word girl in the title. In fact, it didn't say, nothing about it said girl. So if you were looking for pictures of girls in tea plantations, you would not have been able to find this. And so it is by using different critical theories that we can recognize the stuff that gets ignored because of what we know and what we don't know. And so what she did was she provided, this is the photographer, this is how he would have identified it, But this is bringing in a feminist perspective. This is bringing in a post-colonial perspective. What does your 13-year-old students' perspectives say about this photograph? What are things that they don't say about these photographs? All of that stuff is this rich, critical exploration of knowledge that your students can definitely participate in, and really highlights that power and privilege of what words make sense for people and what don't, and how does that shape what is come to known. So you can have students develop metadata for a photograph in their own camera roll, which would be really cool. You could also ask them to switch photographs with a friend to be able to see if the same metadata comes up. You could show a photograph in class and have students come up with 3 keywords for that photograph and then bring all those keywords together. Are they same? Are they different? What does that mean if they're not? You can also get students to look at unknown photographs, which is kind of cool. I love these different accounts that just have random photographs in them, but to me they say a lot about the past, even if, for example, we don't know a lot about them. So this one, Save Family Photos, what does your again 15-year-old student, what would they say about this photograph? Here we have some description, but this isn't in an archive, so if we wanted to find this photograph again, how could we find it? You could also work with a library or archives to see if they have collections that they might want to collaborate on. I know this is something that they've done in undergrad classes. And you could also look at archival images. You could look at textbook images, and you could compare what an archivist or a historian has attributed to these photographs or documents and what your students would. You'll be able to find a lot of really cool nuances. I think this is always a really exciting project. I did a video for introducing this idea, again, for a general education program. This is something related to college and universities, but check out that video too for a longer description about what metadata is, although the quality of the video isn't great. But please let me know if you use this. I love this activity. I think you're going to find it really cool in your classrooms too.